Morning, Anambra, and welcome to yet another edition of Good Morning, Anambra. It's the first day of August in the year 2022, and you're welcome. I'm so excited to be here this morning because it's actually my birth month, and I know that you're excited to also see the month of August. Welcome to the morning show right here on the ABS TV, Oka. All right, we are kickstarting the show this morning with the stories making the headlines on ABS website and also national dailies, and we also have a reviewer with us in the building this morning. But we are going on a short break. When we come back, we go straight into discussion. Stay with us. All right, glad to have you back for the show this morning. We have with us in the studio Sir Jerry Obodo. He is a public affairs analyst. Sir Jerry, happy new month.
Happy new month to you. Thank God we are into the new month. Anambra, may peace of Christ be with you and remain blessed.
Amen to that prayers. All right, quickly let's start with the stories on ABS website this morning. The first story we have this morning, Anambra government Intercom Africa NAPTIP intensify campaign against human trafficking. Anambra State government commences enforcement of environmental laws, cautions against indiscriminate waste disposal. Mrs. Saludo challenges Anambra women to plan issue-based August meeting to chart course for better future. Saludo receives more recommendations for appointment of local government council transition committee chairman. So Jerry, we've seen what we have on ABS website this morning.
Yeah.
So let's start with
the first one.
First one, yes.
Okay, yeah. That's a welcome development that the state government is collaborating with NAPTIC to curb the menace of trafficking, human trafficking, child trafficking, all of them, because, a lot of things are thrown into that cause. Many of the people there are promised, job goodies when they get to abroad, only to discover that, they are swindled because they will be, sold for prostitution. The consequences is very, very, very grievous. A lot of diseases are contacted, and some even die. Some even die on their way because they are suffering all kinds of inhuman treatment. They walk through the deserts. Because they don't give them the air tickets to and fro. They just trek and through the desert and all that. Many of them die along the way. So I commend the state government and NAPTIC, federal government establishment for sensitizing the people to be aware that the thing is not. It doesn't sweet as they paint it. Last time I saw them, I think they appeared in the ABS here to sensitize the people. So I commend the government for that.
Okay. Let's also look at the second story there. Anambra State government commencing enforcement of environmental laws and caution against indiscriminate waste disposal.
It's a good development too. Our people have so degenerated into unhealthy habits. Before, during the pre-colonial era, and immediately after that, people used to be very decent in the handling of the waste. I remember as a kid then, in the yard, the sanitation officers, they come and inspect the compound.
Yeah.
Even they go into your houses, toilet, the drainage systems, and they're very clean. And people are healthy. Lifespan was on the high side that time. But suddenly after the war, everybody went back, and it's a mess. If you are passing through the road, you see people after eating okpa or this gala and all that. I accosted one of the people on the road, just finished gala and threw it. I told the driver, stop. I accosted, look, why are you doing this thing? Can't you keep this thing when you get to a dustbin, something? You keep.
Not to talk about the takeaway place that is even used to sell food.
So the thing is too much. And also, I commend the government also on these sanitary inspectors. I know, something good, and the truth is always bitter. But what comes out of the truth is a good thing and real thing. So our people, please cooperate with the inspectors or health officers on their job. It's for our own benefit, for our own health. And finally, I want the government to please make sure that the wastes that are kept at the appropriate places are carted away within 48 hours. I gave them 48 hours because we are just starting up. But in abroad it is just 24 hours. When they dispose their things from morning, in the night they will cut them away. The following morning when you come out, you won't see any death, because that will encourage the people to keep on bringing it there. But when they see that the thing is a mountain, and with all the smells, they won't care to go to the appropriate place. Yes, thank you very much.
All right, we'll go straight to the papers we have this morning. But before that, we're taking a short break, and when we come back, we continue with our discussion right here in the studio this morning. Stay with us.
Ndi Anambra, una potagola.
Ibolachi.
Good morning, Ndi Anambra.
Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Breakfast TV show on ABS TV.
Now, let's do it together.
Bia Kaido Okwa.
We serve it sizzling hot.
Health and lifestyle. Security. Topical issues.
National development.
Entertainment and more.
Welcome to the flagship show, where we arm you with the right tools for the day.
Keeping you abreast with happenings and information within and beyond the state.
There are so many things to gain staying tuned to Good Morning Anambra on ABS TV.
Heartbeats of the East.
Good Morning Anambra, live on ABS Television, weekdays 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install our TV decoder brand and tune to channel 315, or install any free-to-air satellite decoder and search for ABS TV.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803 388 852.
All right, you're welcome back. We've been joined by Uzo Ekemize. He's also a public affairs analyst. Uzo, happy new month.
Yeah, a very happy month to the members of the ABS crew. It's a happy month indeed. And my colleague here in the studio is also a happy month. Viewers at home, please join us for this Monday first edition. All
right, quickly, let's start with the papers. That is the Daily Sun newspaper is the first paper we are going to review this morning. The big story there, insecurity, ministers, senators, reps avoid states, seek refuge in Abuja. Top politicians also abandon flashy cars, move around in disguise. 2023, disappointment awaits those banking on party strength and structure, CAN wants. UN report Nnamdi Kanu's family tackles Northern Group, describes statement as meaningless. Terrorists occupying Osun Ogun Forest, Gani Adams. Igbo must activate homeland security now, town unions. Anglican Church fumes over APC's Muslim ticket. Forest crisis, fresh facts review NMPC $2.7 billion remittance to each CBN accounts in 6 months. All right, these and more are what we have in front of the Daily Sun newspaper. Also, let's start with you, talking about insecurity, that right now ministers and senators and reps are avoiding their states. Most of them, they are taking refuge in Abuja and they now move in disguise.
Yes, I can start by what Shakespeare tells us in Macbeth. Okay, fair is foul and foul is fair. That is, the good and bad are in confusion. So to the extent of the senators, ministers, House of Reps, members, and others, not even only them, avoiding their states and coming to Abuja, it's good in one way. And it's also omen in other side. Okay? When we are telling them that the danger of growing a monster is that one day he's going to turn against his master, they think that people are joking. When we start to remind them what the late Sani Abacha, former head of state, Nigeria, says, that when insecurity lasts, or insurgents lasts for more than 24 hours, the government hands are on it. They think that it is only the children of poor man are being killed, or widows, or a woman that is in the village that is farming, that are these things, are people that are receiving this thing. They are going to be receiving end. Now, it has turned to become their turn. Yes. People say that the president of Nigeria is turn by turn. It's my turn. It's their turn. Why are they running away from that particular place, coming to Abuja? Is Abuja even safe? When the terrorists already entered Abuja and are having a gun duel with the Nigerian military, you're telling me that you're coming to Abuja. There's no safe haven for a person that is an evildoer. There's no safe haven on that. Okay? It is until we begin to realize that we are the architect of our own misfortune. Let me just tell you, between January and July, 6,306 persons has been killed. In average, every day in Nigeria, 1,000 persons are being killed. 1,000 persons, average, 1,000 persons are being killed in Nigeria every day. When the Kuje prison was break, they said that, hey, how can these people come in and just do this, okay, inside federal capital? Who redeploy the soldiers that are manning that particular checkpoint 24 hours before these people come to attack? So if you are not there, okay, you are here. So now, when somebody was telling me, and I remember one of the senators, okay, were telling them that time shall come when these people will start coming to our house one by one, start to chase us in the street of Abuja, in the street of all the state capital. Time shall come. That is time is now. Okay? When Nigeria started playing security with quick glove, I said it down with that number that fighting security or insecurity is not what we are going to be using as a politics, or for you to make it as a sentiment, become ethnicity, okay, tribalistic, okay, religion, or whatever it is, or region. There's no region is safe. Abuja is not safe. Who can now go to Abuja and stay? Where the terrorists is inside Abuja. Look at what is going to happen in Buhari, in law school. They attacked them. A whole national brigade guide, presidential brigade guide, had been attacked. That is the highest force we have in the land. and people who attack you, who give them that particular audacity? A bird that dances in the road path, if drama is in near bush. So what I'm trying to say is that it's time that Nigeria will devise a means of using what you call counter-terrorism, using what you call center of gravity method and not kinetic method in fighting security. Where our soldiers that fight ECOMOG to stand still? People went to Liberia and forced Liberia to stand still and restore peace in Liberia. Why can't the soldiers restore peace in Nigeria? To tell you that all this has been frustrated. Somebody will repent. He says he repented Boko Haram. He repented a terrorist and he threw him into Nigerian military and police. How can you recruit a terrorist? A terrorist is a hardliner. A terrorist is a person who has already sold himself sold to devil. Okay, it's even better for you to ask an Anambra that he repented than the terrorist.
Okay. Quickly, let's move over to the next paper. That's the National Star newspaper this morning. Muslim ticket. Northern APC Christians begin search for alternative party. Northern Khan reaffirms opposition to Muslim ticket. Terrorists lay ambush in Kogi, kill 3 corps and 5 vigilantes. Over 5 governors working for the Labour Party claims. Police command issues a red alert over alleged threats to attack Lagos. 2023, Wike All's machinery towards Ayu's impeachment. All right, over to you now, Sir Jerry.
Yeah. Northern APC Christians begin search for alternative
party.
Well,
that's because of the Muslim ticket. Yeah.
Yes. Like I've mooted here, in other editions, I said there's no point, crying over what the APC have done. That is Muslim ticket. You have a Christian, a presidential candidate there. So leave these guys. Let them, pursue their Muslim ticket. Use your vote to, vote the Christian man inside, the Labour Party man. Let's test the popularity of the Christians and the Muslim and see who wins, since they're very adamant in doing a balanced equation. Since we've started always balance the equation, the northern and the southern, Christian and Muslim. Now they say they want Muslim. Okay, so be it. So Christians should go and test, their popularity with the Muslims and side and see who wins. And really, the Christians should shine their eyes. They should make sure they get their PVCs and make sure they vote. The youths are also very on alert, getting their PVCs to use it to change for the better, not the kind of change we have here now. Thank you.
All right, quick.
And that, let me just add something to what my colleague said. A very beautiful submission for him. What I'm trying to say is that it is not issue of Muslim or Christian. Okay, APC, Northern APC Christians are saying that they're going to find alternative. They talk about incompetency, incompetent. Both of them, both the presidential candidate and the APC are lame. So let us not talk about, okay, if they bring somebody that is in North, somebody that is a lame, incompetent, as a Christian, okay, it's not the same thing. Those APC-led governments now, what have they done? It's not that promises change, whether you have it or not. What they talk about, competency, capacity, okay, to deliver, to lead Nigeria from all these particular shackles of mismanagement to what to have from a place Nigeria will be to become a global, what do you call it, number one country.
So you don't have any issue with the Muslim ticket?
That is not the issue.
Okay.
Per se.
All
okay?
right.
Those ones are religion. We're talking about competency. Okay. But in any case, if you're talking about Nigeria is a secular state, what of traditional ticket, traditional ruler and traditional
all right, let's
ticket, or Jewish ticket.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and your location.
This is Mike Pierre. I'm calling from Abuja.
All right, go ahead.
See, when they talk of election, between the Christian population and the Muslim population election, are you people not aware that there's no clear free and fair election in Nigeria. They have always rigged the election, and they are going to rig this one unless adequate measures are taken.
I like that. I like that last line. Unless adequate measures are taken, and INEC has promised that adequate measures will be taken. So
we continue to pray. And
adequate measures are to take care of the region.
of course, they have promised us that it's going to be free and fair election this time around. So we are keeping our fingers crossed.
That's okay.
Yeah,
if adequate measures are taken to share against the region, then there's good, because they have already rigged the election to the person there. All those people are capital there. Senators, they are all rigged. So they are all masquerading.
All right. Thank you so much for your contributions this morning. All right, quickly, let's go over to the Punch newspaper and know what we have there. Voter registration, stranded applicants lament, seek extensions, INEC adamant. And then we have riders there, thousands miss registration in Enugu, Ogun, Plateau, blame officials. Don't disenfranchise eligible Nigerians, PDP, others tell commission. Of voter registration ended on Sunday, no more extension, INEC. And then Nigeria needs leader who can take tough decisions, so Shimole. NNPC remits $2.7 billion into CBN in 6 months. Federal government failed to provide 100 billion naira electricity subsidy. This is coming from the discos. And then federal government urges states to fund housing scheme. So these are what we have in front of the Punch newspaper. Sir Jerry, you said something about people getting their voter cards ready. And now we are seeing stranded applicants lamenting that they actually weren't registered when they went there for registration. And INEC is saying that no more extension of the registration.
Yeah, thank you very much. I look at that in 2 ways. One way is a nonchalant attitude of the people. Nigerians always wait for a fire brigade time when they will rush. A lot of time are being posted for this registration, only to discover that people do not take their time to go and do the needful. Only when they say the deadline, they now do the fire brigade approach. It's very, very unfortunate. People like us, we don't remember even registration again. Once it was mooted, we registered. Then NIS, when it came up, people should change the attitude of fire brigade approach. That's why, in football also, it affects, our football. Some countries take years to prepare, but Nigeria, once the tournament is 2 months or 1 month, they will, rush here and there, gather people. That is one. 2 is on the side of the INEC. I appeal to INEC to change their modality. In an advanced climb, the registration is a continuous exercise. Don't just continue giving deadline. Deadline doesn't work. People are calling now for extension. Once the thing is continuous, everybody goes there. As soon as the election time is on ground, then you may suspend. But people must be going. It's a continuous thing. Somebody who turns 18 before the election should be allowed to register and vote. So I appeal to them, like they've just done on the reforms on the electoral law and electoral voting and all that. Let them also do this one, amend this one, so that people will go at any time to register.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and your location.
Yeah, my name is Femi. I'm calling from Benue State.
Femi from Benue. Go ahead.
Yes, Thomas. Yes, I want to air my own view on the topic here is security. Senators running helter-skelter. You see, the Bible says that whatsoever a man sows, that is exactly what such a man is going to reap. You see, the problem of Nigeria is that many of us are insincere. The senators, when the poor people of Nigeria, they are being killed, the lawmakers, they
Okay, the bottom line is that they should do something to arrest the situation, right?
The Air Force should wake up. The DSS should wake up.
All right.
Even the civilians, the governors, everybody should wake up.
All right, thank you so much, Femi.
In Nigeria today, it's not something to write home about. So that one day we will not wake up and see that Nigeria has been taken over by this band. You see, the problem is that
Femi,
we are not
Femi, are you listening to me? All right, thank you so much, because we have other things to do this morning. Thank you so much. The next paper is, let me just read out what is in front of the Nigerian Tribune before you now comment. Nigerian Tribune, the big story there, same faith ticket. Babachir Dogara divide APC National Working Committee. They must be disciplined. The National Vice President, Southwest, we will open dialogue. National Publicity Secretary, Dogara doesn't deserve attention. Nabena, I am not bothered. SXGF. Gani Adams raises alarm over presence of terrorists in Osun and Ogun Forest. Police on red alert in Lagos. These are more other stories we have in front of the Nigerian Tribune.
Yes, just before I go into that, let me just chip in with what I said about voters' registration. Okay, now what is the cause? Not even the action. The cause why people are trooping in mass to go and register and get their PVC. Okay, there is a change. There is a conscious awakening in political injection in Nigeria. Okay, at this time around, why people are continuing just to go and register in mass. Now, coming to that, okay, INEC with a nomenclature, continuous voter registration, continuous voter registration. Why are you saying that people should stop to register for now? Let me just tell you, we're not telling ourselves the truth until we bring out the modalities, until we know that this thing is very, very easy. We have resources. Why should you go to bank to get your ATM card and it's given to you instantly and you can use it to withdraw money immediately? Why can't the voters card continue to be issued to somebody even on the day of the election? It's impossible, because as you go to a bank, you get your ATM card, use it immediately, and now withdraw money. Why can't you get your PVC at the moment on the election and go and cast your vote? Since the system will now capture you and give you a details analysis. So what we are trying to say, INEC have not told us the truth. Let this thing continue. We still have 7 months to the election, or 8 months. This will continue till even on the last month of the election. There's a possibility, there's an avenue, there's finance, there's all these materials have been provided for INEC. Adequate funding are given to them. They are going to bring this election into digitalized issue, not something they're going to go into analog. We are going to these days. Money is there. We borrow these things from the advanced country. Let us put it in Nigeria. It is workable. Let them link the system as it works in ATM to PVC. It's going to work.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and your location?
I am Martin. I'm calling from Enugu.
Martin from Enugu. Go ahead.
I want to plead with INEC to extend the voters' registration. You can't see it promoting election when the people send a match cannot see. What they call it is continuous voters' registration. It is not 3 months voters' registration. They should allow the masses to get their people. That is their house. That is their home. Denying them that is like the election is already rigged. They should have the masses to have their people. Then I remember down when the registration is done in war, you go to your war, they go hire ad-hoc workers. Everywhere, everybody has, every time you enter a theater, you register them. But today, you must only go to the local government. Or you find the most effort yourself to get it. They should go back and make sure that people are registered. Because the Constitution says that the registration should take 90 days before the election. Why are they ending it now? Thank you, and
all right. Thank you so much for your contributions this morning. Then we read out what we have in front of the Nigerian Tribune. So let's talk about Gani Adams raising an alarm over presence of terrorists in Osun and Ogun Forest, and also police on red alert in Lagos State.
Yeah, that's that's the trending news. Like my colleague has been on that. No place is safe. the senators or House of Reps and all that, anywhere you are running to, it's not safe. The country is near overrun by these bandits, terrorists. During the Jonathan era, he acknowledged that they are inside the government, and really, so it's a very serious problem. And I also remember during the time of former Chief of Army Staff, the guy from Southeast, he was very serious in the approach of the attack, like Uzo said. He used the kinetic and counter-terrorism system, and that almost finished them before the Northerners started crying that they have killed our people, they have killed our people, and they withdrew that guy from that post. So really, this thing couldn't have lasted 6 months if every attempt or attention was given to that. So on the Oshun Ogun area, it's the same story everywhere, so that they let them deploy their troops there to forestall any breach or breakdown of law and order. That's the same.
Important thing there, as my said here, where is in the world, tell me any place in the world, as Santom challenge, where a terrorist, like we had before Osama bin Laden and even other people that are doing this thing, where in war that a terrorist will be said that he had repented and reintegrate into the security of that particular country. Where? It's only in Nigeria. Okay, let me just tell you, when Nigeria Delta people, many times we are dating, they were disbanded. Have they integrated them into Nigerian military? No. When the OPC were doing this in the West, okay, they were disbanded. Were they integrated into Nigerian military or security services? No. IPOB, when they are doing this thing, you arrest them or arrest them and do all these things. Have you integrated them into Nigerian security services? No. Now, a terrorist, do you know what about a terrorist? Who is a hardliner who has already sold himself to devil and a terrorist in a country, and he said that this person has been repented. You bring him back, okay, say they have repented him. Let me just tell you, no matter how rain fall on leopard, they cannot remove his spot, okay? They have already said that their agent is to destroy. Why do you bring them in? It is we that I take our own misafternoon. Something is inside a bag that has been tied.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and your location.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Tell us your name and your location, please.
Okay, Mr. Anthony from Latvia.
All right, Mr. Anthony, go ahead.
Okay. I'm Mr. Anthony from Latvia.
Go ahead.
Okay. You are saying about the security in Nigeria.
Yes, go ahead and
make your contributions.
All right, quickly, let's see what we have in Daily Trust newspaper this morning. We are taking it together, Daily Trust and the Daily Independent together. Despite global disruptions, Nigerian stock market rakes in 831 billion naira in 6 months. Stock market outperforms others in Africa. The second quarter recorded 40% rise in transaction value. How local investors shielded Nigeria. Hundreds flee as bandits abduct 50 and take over Kaduna communities. More foreign airlines may cut flights over $600 million blocked funds. And then we have the outrage over killing of Nigeria in Italy. Federal government demands justice. Now to Daily Independent, discos cry out over federal government attempt to rationalize electricity firms. Says the government failed to meet 100 billion naira subsidy payment and other pacts. Forex crisis facts review. NNPC remitted $2.7 billion into the CBN's account in 6 months. Police, okay, we've talked about that. Wike PDP governors order stakeholders meet to review party crisis. How Nigeria's oil gas sector lost over $380 billion to capital flight. All right, these are what we have in front of the Daily Trust and the Daily Independent newspaper. Over to you, Sir Jerry.
Okay, thank you, Chi. In these two papers, they talk of economy, away from the wahala in the politics and security. The forest crisis first revealed NNPC remitted $2.7 billion into its CBN account. It's a cheering news if that is anything to go by. But before now, we were told that no remittance was done by NNPC to the Federation account. But this one is another side of the story. So if that is real, it's a cheering news so that those guys will have something to share in the fact.
So that's one sharing news we have this morning.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we want to say a very big thank you to both of you, Sir Jerry Obodo, for joining us on the show this morning, and Uzo Ekemeze. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Yes, thank you very much. And what I'm going to know is that the NNPC remitting this money is testament to what we are getting after making subsidy. And subsidizing inefficiency and incompetency.
All right, that's it on Press Review this morning. Thank you so much
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Clues, we salute you too.
See you again tomorrow for the Press Review.
Ndị Anambra, unu apụtago ụla?
Iboolachi.
Good morning.